Shall we? Morning. We'll start with regression analysis. Before that, what is correlation? What is regression? Correlation tests just the relationship between two variables, whether two variables are related or not, like price and sales volume, or raw material cost and production cost. Are they related to each other? Labor productivity and output. So like that, we just express relationships. If you just express relationship, that is called as what? Correlation. There is positive, negative, or it can be no correlation. Like that, we just express. We just check relationship, that is called as what? Correlation. But if you predict using a relationship or model, that is called as what? Regression. For example, simple data of age of husbands are available. Using that, can we predict data, age of wife? Accurate agadu, but regression analysis helps you to predict. Okay, based on one variable, you predict another. For example, administration of drug. For example, we give injection tablets and prescriptions. Okay, a number of prescriptions given. What is the number of patients cured? Is it a positive correlation or zero correlation? Or after taking medicine, do they develop side effects? Okay, sometimes medicine is administered, problem is solved. If correlation is 1, we can say if medicine is given, definitely the problem will be cured. Okay, if correlation is 0.5, which means this medicine, there is a 50% chance that the patient may be cured anymore. If it is 0, you give the medicine or not, the problem will persist or the problem cannot be solved. And if R is negative, okay, the chance that the patients use medicine, they may go what? They may go with some side effects. It will increase the problem. If R is minus 1, if you give the medicine, problem will increase. If you stop the medicine, problem will reduce the number. That is R is equal to negative 1 on the mark. So regression analysis helps you to predict, what happens. Okay, what happens because of cause and effect. Cause and what? Effect on the mark. So for that, what is important is analyzing the time series. Analyzing the time series where you have to see the trend pattern, cyclical pattern, seasonal pattern, or what? Irregular pattern. What is the trend pattern? Let us look at the stock markets in the world. Are they overall increasing or reducing? Overall increasing. There may be ups and downs in between, but overall the trend will be what? Increasing. Look at this. Year 1 to year 10. Temporarily, there may be ups and downs within the year, but year to year, the sales is maybe year 3, there is a dip. Again, it grows. It grows. There is a dip. It grows. So, overall, the sales from year 1 to year 10, there is an increase or decrease. There is an increase. So, this we call it as which one? Trend pattern. The trend pattern is increasing trend. Okay, there may be temporary ups and downs. There may be temporary ups and downs, but overall the sales is showing what? A growth on the market. Clear? So we can say, using this, can we predict for year 11? Okay, there is a small cyclical variation. The trend goes like this. So we can expect the sales of 11th year somewhere here. Somewhere here. Okay, which means the sales will not be less than 3 lakhs. It will not be less than 3 lakhs. And there is a chance that it may go up beyond what? The 3,20,000. So this is called as a trend pattern. What is a trend pattern? It can be upward sloping or downward sloping. This is called as which pattern? Trend pattern. What is cyclical pattern? It will keep on repeating. It will keep on repeating. Let us take sales in supermarkets. Sales in supermarket. Month beginning, the sales will be more. Then it will drop. Then again, sales will be more in the next month. Again, it will drop. It will go up. It will drop. It will go up. It will drop like that. Using this, what you can do is you can predict what will happen in the next month. So we can say next month, okay, the sales will be high in the first 5, 6, 7 days. Thereafter, it will drop. Thereafter, it will go up like that. You can predict. This is called as which pattern? Cyclical pattern will keep on what? Repeating. It may be showing either a growth or a decline or a stable. It can be showing what? Either a growth line or a overall stable line, or it can be what? Negative. For example, suppose we find the cyclical pattern is like this. There is a growth. There is a growth. And if you look at cyclical pattern like this, it is cyclical, but it is not growing. It is flat. Flat. It is a kind of a flat curve there. Next month also it may go up, come like the market. It can be a flat one. Or this can be even this negative trend. Cyclical comes down on the market. So there is called as which pattern? Cyclical pattern means it will get repeated. For example, it can be, the cycle can be monthly or it can be yearly. Let us take sales in bars. Sales in bars. Bar sales weekend la remark. Sunday la koryu. Again weekdays will come here. Again it will increase, it will come down. It will increase, it will come down. Cyclical. So that is sales in bars. Or you can find yearly trend also. Year 1, 2, 3, 4. You can find there will be peak season, sales will drop. Again, there will be peak season, sales will drop. Peak season, sales will drop. Peak season, sales will drop in the market. For example, you can find September, October, November, December, the 4 months sales will be peak. Thereafter, February, March, April, May, June, July, the sales will be dropping. Thereafter, it will be growing, it will be dropping. Year on year, it will continue. Year on year, what? It will continue. That is called as which pattern? Cyclical pattern. You can look at this. This is, again, trend pattern, the forecast. Seasonal pattern. For example, you can find March, June, September. March, the sales is low. June, the sales is more. Quarter ending September, okay, the sales is high. Again, in December, it comes down. March increases, it comes down, increases, increases to the peak, then what? Comes down. When you fit in a line, it will be like this. But overall, there is a growth. Overall, there is a growth. This is called as what? Cyclical variation. Let us assume we are at this point of time. We can find the sales will grow to the maximum and it can what? Drop. So using this, you can predict and forecast. Accordingly, you can build the stock. Accordingly, you can predict the cash flow, revenue, plan your working capital, plan to order for goods, increase or reduce your stock levels. Okay, those things you can plan. This is called as what? This is called as which pattern? This is called as which pattern? Cyclical. It will keep on continuing. It will keep on continuing. This can be even a seasonal pattern also. During seasons, you can find sales will be more. During the seasons, it can be low also. It can be a seasonal pattern also. This is irregular. What is irregular? Suddenly sales goes up or demand goes up, it comes down, goes up. There is no proper pattern. Can you say it will be like this? No, it is not following a fixed pattern. It is irregular. For example, it moved up, it came down. Will it move up to this level? No. It again falls further. There is a growth. There is a increase. There is a downfall. You cannot expect this to go up like this. Okay, it goes only to this extent. Thereafter, it falls. So here, you cannot predict anything. You can have what? Only a flat sales and memory. This is called as which pattern? Irregular pattern. So a simple linear regression helps you as only one what? Independent variable. Only one independent variable. So what is a simple linear regression? It has only one what? Independent variable. What is only one independent variable? Let us analyze. What is y is equal to a plus bx, like that we express. Y is nothing but predicted value. Predicted value, it can be sales or production or output, or it can be success or failure, things like that. The dependent variable is which one? X. Dependent variable is which one? X. A is nothing but a constant. Like a fixed cost. It It can be 0 also. It can be 0 also. What is B? The variable coefficient. Simple. The dependent variable will make change in which one? Variable coefficient. Coefficient. Where x is nothing but what? Independent variable. Simple. Let us explain a production function. Y is nothing but total cost. Okay. A is nothing but the constant. B refers to X refers to what? Number of units produced. So we can say where suppose fixed cost is like 1,000 or 10,000, variable cost is like $50, and number of units are 500. So Y, that is for 500, will be A plus BX, 10,000 plus 50 into 500. It will give us how much? 35,000. Here it is a positive correlation. It is a positive correlation where production goes up, total cost also will what? Go up. It's a simple regression line. Okay, how to find out the value of the type of correlation? Type of which one? Correlation. Look at this. Is it possible to ascertain any particular value? It is scattered. It is all what? Scattered. It is all scattered. Here you can find there is a growth. There is a trend. There is a trend. Okay. So here using this we cannot find out anything for 11th year. Using this you can predict the value for which one? 11th year. Okay. So correlation helps you to find out the degree of relationship. As I told you, it helps you to identify what is it positively correlated or which one negatively correlated. Example of positive correlation: supply and price. Supply and which one? Price. More supply, more price. More price, more supply and money. Positive correlation. Example of negative correlation: demand and price. More price, lesser demand. Lesser demand, more price and demand. Negative correlation will be there. So if there is no correlation, if there is no correlation means, for example, demand of shoes and demand of rice. Demand of shoes versus what? Demand of rice. Okay. There is no correlation. There is no what? Correlation. Number of commerce students versus number, how they are correlated with number of medical students. They are not correlated. They are not what? Correlated on the money. So positive correlation means if one variable goes up, the other also will go up. Negative correlation means if one variable goes up, the other variable will what? Come down. If there is no correlation, that's it. So there are three aspects which we have to see. What is the first one? Correlation coefficient, that is expressed in the form of R. Okay. R is nothing but what? Correlation coefficient. Okay. If R is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, we say it is a perfect positive correlation. If R is if R is okay 0, R is 0, no correlation. If R is, we can say -1, we say negative correlation. Okay, So what happens in between values? What happens in between values? Okay. For example, if the values like they say 0.3 to 0.49, 0.3 to 0.49. For example, if R is between R is greater than, let's assume 0.5 and less than, okay, we can say 0.5 to 0.5. We say high degree of correlation. And if R is between 0.3 to 0.49, 0.3 to 0.49, we say moderate positive correlation. This is tested in the exam. And if R is, okay, above 0, or we can say 0.01 to 0.29, we say what? Low degree of positive correlation. This is about positive side. If R is 1, it is called as 1. Minus 1, it is called as what? Perfect negative correlation. Same way, if R is minus 0.01 to minus 0.29, we say low degree of which one? Negative correlation. If R is from minus 0.29 or 0.3 to minus 0.49, we say moderate degree of negative correlation. If R is 0.5 to 0.99, we say what? High degree of negative correlation. Okay. If R is minus 1, it is called as what? Perfect negative correlation. Plus 1, it is called as what? Perfect positive correlation. R is equal to 0 means what? No correlation. Where there will be perfect positive correlation. Example. We can say supply and which one? Price. More supply, more price. More supply and what? More price. That is called as what? Perfect positive correlation in general. High degree of positive correlation, maybe you can find in increase in price of gold and what? Supply of gold and all. Moderate degree of positive correlation you can find increase in price and supply of clothing. Supply of which one? Clothing. Low degree of positive correlation you can find increase in supply of rice, wheat, vegetables and price. When the price goes up, whether the supply will increase? No. See, in case of essential commodities, quantity demanded will be more or less what? The same. Quantity demanded will be more or less the same. So, if the price goes up, will increase more supply? No, there will be no demand. Demand will be stable. For essential goods, demand will be what? Stable. And no correlation. No correlation means whatever may be the price, you will buy the same quantity. Example, price of salt and supply of salt. Let the salt be supplied for 1 rupee per kg or 100 rupees per kg, consumption of salt will be what? The same quantity, where there is no what? Correlation. Okay. R minus 1, it is applicable for which one? Demand, price and demand. Or you can say demand and which one? Price. So there is perfect negative correlation. Here also, it can be low degree of negative correlation can be there, moderate degree can be there, high degree will be there. So what is perfect? If something moves up by 10%, others also moves up by what? 10%. It's like production increases by 10%, cost also increases by what? 10%. That is called as what? Perfect positive correlation. Okay. Perfect negative correlation, if the price moves up by 10%, demand comes down by what? 10%. Okay, sir. Price moves up by 10%, but demand comes down only by 1%. Price moves up by 10%, but demand comes down only by 1%. Huh? That is called as what? Low degree of negative correlation. Okay. So price moves up by 10%, but the demand falls only by, let us assume, 4%. That is called as what? Moderate degree of negative correlation. So price moves up by 10%, quantity demanded decreases by only 8%. That is called as what? High degree of negative correlation. Exact proportional change we call it as what? Perfect negative correlation. If R is equal to 0, whatever may be the price, demand is stable. No? That is called as what? No correlation, 0. Okay, that is what they have expressed here. High degree correlation coefficient, moderate degree, low degree at the moment. And there is no, I mean, how to apply the formula and find out the correlation coefficient, how to determine this correlation coefficient. There are different methods that is not covered. Statistical methods, how to find out the correlation coefficient, that is not discussed in your IMA exams. I checked. Only, I mean, expressing or understanding how it behaves, that matters. R squared is nothing but percentage. R squared is nothing but what? Same thing you express it in percentage, that is called as what? R squared. There is the next level. It is not square of R. R squared means 1 squared to R squared means it is expressed in what? Correlation expressed in which one? Percentage. If R squared is 100, what is the meaning? Perfect changes will be there. Look at this. If R squared is 1, then 100% variation. If R squared is 0, then no variation. If R squared is 0 but less than 1, 68% total variation. 0.68 68%. Same thing. 0.5 is one, that is R. Either 50% one, it will become which one? Correlation coefficient. Okay. So, for example, let us assume I worked out, okay, maybe quantity supplied. I worked out A plus Bx, I worked out. Is it possible to have an accurate result? Is it possible to have an accurate result? Using correlation or regression, you predict something. Is it possible that 100% is sure? Based on the past 5 months or past 5 years, I predict what will happen in the 6th year. Whether the prediction will be 100% accurate. Whether the prediction will be 100% accurate, no. There will be errors. There will be errors. Errors, we use the word confidence level. We call it as which one? Confidence level. If I say 100% confidence level, no chance of error. 100% sure it will happen, no chance of what? Error. If I tell 90% confidence level, what is the meaning? 10% deviation will be there. Okay, trend line. If I say with a 90% confidence, then it is called as what? The 10% there is a chance of which one? Either plus or minus. For example, how many seats this party will win? I predicted 350 seats. Okay, if I tell with a confidence of 90%, there is a chance that the remaining 10% may be what? More than 350 or it can be what? Less than 350. That is what we call it as standard error. That is what we call it as which one? Standard error. For example, y is equal to a plus bx quota. Okay, an average we are telling, but it is not a true one. It is a predicted value. It is just a predicted value. There is always a possibility for which one? Error. Provide for error. Provide for error. So, what is the total cost when you manufacture 10,000 units? A plus bx apply padi worked out $20,000. Are you sure that it will be $20,000? Add a possibility for error. It can be plus 5% or it can be what? Minus percent. In cost side, when we work out, we add. In revenue side, when we work out, we reduce. So R squared is nothing but percentage பார்த்தோம். Standard error is nothing but what? The deviation. Standard deviation. It is nothing but what? Deviation. What is a multiple regression analysis? Simple regression analysis, like how many dependent variable will be there, how many independent variable will be there? One. In case of multiple regression analysis, how many dependent variable? One. How many independent variables? Two or more. For example, total cost. How do we work? A plus bx. What is A? Fixed cost. What is B? Variable cost. X is dependent variable. Number of units. Now listen. Total cost also can change because of workers' efficiency. So where I will add one more thing. If very efficiency is 100%, this is the cost. If efficiency is coming down to 80%, this is the cost like that. So total cost changes because of which one? Fixed cost, variable cost, as well as what? Workers' efficiency. Okay. Demand in the market. Based on price. Based on which one? Price. It can be other variables also. What can be other variables? It can be purchasing power of the people affecting the behavior, or it can be competition affecting the behavior, change in positioning, market positioning affecting the behavior, or you increase the price, how others respond. Do they increase the price or reduce the price? You can add multiple variables also. You can add what? Multiple variables also. This is how practically it works. It is not always one variable that causes change in the dependent variable. There can be multiple variables where, okay, the determinants are based on both x1 as well as what? X2. X2 is, what is x1, x2? Two independent variables. Like variable cost, efficiency of the workers, okay, our price and competitors' price, our demand versus others' response. Clear? So that is what? A is nothing but a constant. A1, x1 is nothing but independent variable 1, and for this is independent variable 2, independent variable 3, and you can apply. That is what? Multiple regression analysis you can use. Okay. What is goodness of fit? We work out dependent and independent variable and form which one? A regression line. How your actual data fits within that particular line. How it fits within the line. Look at this. What is the high goodness of fit?
Closer to the line.
Okay. So if you look at the data will be closer to that line. As you said, the data regression line will be what? Closer to the sales. You can look at, this is how we draw y is equal to a plus bx and so the line draw panrom. You can find the dotted values of sales are closer to which one? Regression line. This is called as what? High goodness of fit. ரொம்ப simple. நான் predict பண்றது நடக்குது. நான் இதுதான் நடக்கும்னு சொல்லி predict பண்றேன், நடக்குது. Or cyclical variation இப்படிதான் நடக்கும்னு சொல்லி ஒரு chart போடுறேன், அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி தான் நடக்குதுன்னா that is called as what? High goodness of fit. What is low goodness of fit? இந்த மாதிரி இருக்காது. For example, நம்ம sales can be இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கலாம். இந்த மாதிரி multiple sideல இருக்கலாம். That is called as what? Low goodness of fit. So high goodness of fit is that. What is called as confidence interval? I told you already. If I tell that 90%, 95%, there is a chance that there may be what? 5% deviation can happen. 5% it may not happen. 5% it may not what? Happen. When confidence level is better, and it will be like this. When confidence level is better, in the market, this is upper confidence. This is which one? Lower confidence. Other than the sales will not go below this level or it will not go above this level, but this is a general level. Clear? regression line expresses the average, upper level மேல போகாதுன்னு predict பண்றோம், lower level கீழே போகாதுன்னு predict பண்றோம் with a confidence level. Suppose இதை 10% interval போட எப்படி இருக்கும், இது 95%, okay, இதே 90% போட எப்படி வரும், maybe this upper level will be like this, maybe upper level maybe still a little bit extra, lower level will like this, which means from average deviation will be more. From average deviation will be more when you have what? Lower confidence. For example, what will be your expected mark in Keta? 100% I will get on the 400 or 500, whatever you get. 90% chance that I will get 400 and up. There's a chance that your mark may be 400 plus or what? 400 minus. If I say 99%, I will get 400 and up. The deviation from 400 will be minor. It will be minute. It can go up or it may go down on the body. So when confidence level is more, the upper level and lower level difference will be low. When confidence level is more, then the difference between upper level and lower level range will be what? Low. When your confidence level is less, upper level and lower level, from the trend line, plus and minus, it can be what? Vast. It can be vast. So the benefit of regression analysis is that, okay, you can find out what will happen. You can find out what will happen. You can draw insights and make recommendation. This is trend line. This is possible. We can make insights and trend lines, etc. Predictions you can do. What is the limitation of regression analysis? For example, if you look at average turnover in the last 10 years at T-Nagar, okay, that was showing a trend line growth. In during Diwali. What about this year? Based on that, they predicted and purchased more stocks. You can find the crowd in T-Nagar. Okay, even this during this Diwali season, is it more or less? Road illa. Normal T-Nagar you travel October month you cannot travel to T-Nagar at all. Now roads are free, full of evening 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and roads are not that heavy rush. The street move it will take about half an hour, 1 hour time. You can cross it in 10 minutes, which means what? The sales is as predicted goes up or it is dropping. It is dropping. Why? That is the limitation of which analysis? Regression analysis. One is you require historical data. Okay, even if the historical data is available, it is questionable. Why it is questionable? Based on that, you cannot do predictions. Based on that, you cannot do predictions. For example, we are running a software company. We developed a regression line of revenue, number of workers, etc. Okay, that is showing a steep increase. Based on that, let us assume in 2025 beginning, you hired more space, hired more employees. Trend line and growth. So 2025 you hired more space and more people. Now, actually, because of the Trump's announcements, will it happen? Whether the growth will happen or saturation happens. Saturation, it may decline also. If it is flat, it is not going up. So what about the facility hired, etc. For example, Boston Construction Group, BCG, the dog store, they conducted a research. World level, costing profession is going to pick up. Like anything, doctors, engineering, medicines, or MBAs, or chartered accountants, or company secretaries, which will have a peak. Cost accounting profession will have a peak no report. That's satellite. If you look at based on that, many students joined in 2024-25, Indian CMA or US CMA. Now, they find, okay, the course is tough to pass. Then number of people joining this year has come down. So if you fit in a trend line or regression line, actual may not happen because of external forces. IMA increase the fees. They are keeping on increasing the fees every year by 20%, 20%. Okay, so when the price increases, people will try to shift to the other course. People will try to shift to what? The other course. CAMA UK also can be done at the same cost, which is a better value than that of which one? CMA US. For this, I spent about $1,600 without discounts. If you look at $1,700, I spent close to 1,50,000. I spent the same 1,50,000 if I spend for another course. Okay, maybe an Indian CMA course. Maybe duration will be high, but even if you fail, the opportunity cost is only 1,500. Okay, so here the opportunity cost is more. So if you look at, they predicted demand will go up because of the BCG report, but the enrollments drop. Why? Because you increase the price, enrollment drop. Okay, our market factors also counts. Market factors also counts. Clear? So that is what. It is only for a particular data. The long term use பண்ண முடியாது. Regression analysis may be valid only for that particular data work. Then choice of independent and dependent variable may be what? Attractive or different or. Okay, I think that efficiency of the worker will go up because of the training. After training, the efficiency may not go up also. Fast increase and the future increase. Okay, so that is what. So there is a limitation of which analysis? Regression analysis. Exact prediction you cannot do. Exact prediction you cannot do. Best example, there are apps which predicts what will happen in the stock market, what will happen to the Bitcoin, what will happen to the gold value. Somebody has predicted, or many people have predicted, gold value will drop by 70% as well. That's a prediction. Okay, so it's not like a share where it goes up or comes down. Okay, metal price on a longer run, okay, especially metals like gold, which are precious, that will either flat or it will grow up. It will not fall. Maybe it may be a temporary fall, not a permanent fall in the market. Clear? So regression lines sometimes do not work. What is the next one? Sensitivity analysis. It is also known as which analysis? What if analysis. What is what if analysis? Simple. We work out different possibilities. We work out what? Different possibilities. For example, listen. Let's assume this example you can remember. We are running a construction company. Okay, let us assume the workers are doing a plastering work. What is plastering work? The workers are doing a plastering work. Morning they report by 9 o'clock. They are given a break between like 1 to 2. Then evening 2 to 6. This is the thing. This is the thing that we do. Okay. If you look at a worker with an assistant is able to plaster for about 8 hours time. 8 hours time he is able to plaster for about 300 square feet. 300 square feet. What is the time? 8 hours. What is the number of workers? 1 plus 1, 2 workers. And how many square feet they are able to plaster? 800 square feet. It's 300 square feet. 300 square feet. Now, simulation. Number 1. Instead of giving 1 hour break, can we give 2 half an hour break? 9 to 11. அதுக்கப்புறமா ஒரு half an hour break. 11:30 to 2. ஒரு half an hour break. அதுக்கப்புறமா 2:30 to 6. They will work. Now, how many square feet they will be able to plaster? Probably more. This is one of the what if analysis. What if I don't give break continuously, if I give break 2 times? That is one what if analysis. Second, what if analysis. One is plastering, one is helping. One is helping. Okay, instead of 1 helper, if I appoint 2 helpers, what will be the efficiency? What will be the overall efficiency? Okay, or instead of 1 helping 1, if I appoint 1 helping 2, 1 helper will help what? 2. What will be the impact in total square feet? What will be the impact in which one? What will be the impact in which one? Total cost. What will be the impact in total cost? Workers' efficiency. I can, for example, as of now, they are doing manual plastering. Suppose if I add an equipment, okay, if I add an equipment where they fill in the concrete, they just fix it, they just roll it, etc. And they are able to do the plastering. They are able to do which one? Plastering. It can increase to 700 square feet also. It can increase to what? 700 square feet also. But you have to think about cost of the equipment. Cost of the equipment and other things. This is called as which analysis? What if analysis. What if analysis. Hospital பண்றது எல்லாமே what if analysis தான். இந்த பேஷண்ட்க்கு உள்ள போனே ஜூஸ் கொடுத்தா என்ன ஆகும்? காஃபி கொடுத்தா என்ன ஆகும்? எந்த ஜூஸ் கொடுத்தா என்ன ஆகும்? ஓகே. கொரோனா டைம்ல எல்லாமே வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். கிளியர்? வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். டோலோ 650 கியூர் ஆகுதா, டோலோ 650 ப்ரோசைனையும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி கொடுத்தா கியூர் ஆகுதா, ஓகே அந்த பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு வந்து மேபி ஸ்டீராய்டு அட்மினிஸ்டர் பண்ணா அவனுக்கு கியூர் ஆகுதா, ஓகே கியூர் ஆகுது, அப்போ ஸ்டீராய்டே அட்மினிஸ்டர் பண்ணி அவனை பலூன் தான் ஆக்கிடுவாங்க. ஓகே நிறைய பேர் கோவிட்ல ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் இருந்து ஸ்டெராய்டு போட்ட வெளியே வந்தோடனே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்படி இருந்தவங்க இப்படி ஆயிடுவாங்க. ஸோ வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ், அது தட்ஸ் அ கைண்ட் ஆஃப் விச் ஒன் வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். மெனி டாக்டர்ஸ் டூ ஒன்லி விச் ஒன் வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். அவங்கள பார்த்தோன்னே இதுதான் முடிவு பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ஓகே கொடுத்துருவாங்க. ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். லெட்ஸ் அஸ்யூம் a sugar patient comes to the hospital. Everything they will correlate to sugar. உங்களுக்கு தலை சுத்தா சுகர், முடி கொட்டுதா சுகர், பல்லு வெள்ளையா இல்லையா சுகர், ஓகே படம் வரலையா சுகர், ஓகே ரன் பண்ண முடியலையா சுகர், எல்லாத்துக்கும் சுகர் கார்லேட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஓகே சார் கையில ஏதாவது நம்னஸ் இருக்கு சுகர், லைட்டா ஃபெயிண்டிங்கா இருக்கு ஃபெயிட்டிங்கா இருக்கு சுகர், எவ்ரிதிங் தே வில் கார்லேட். காது கேட்கலையா சுகர், கண்ணு தெரியலையா சுகர், எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு ரீசன் சொல்லிடுவாங்க, சுகரை கார்லேட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. பட் இட் மே நாட் பி ட்ரூ ஆல்சோ. அதுக்கு தான் we use which one what if analysis. What if a sugar patient comes with which one cardiac problem and some liver problem. Okay, what if I cure liver problem and leave the cardiac problem to be resolved later. What if I touch this part only and not the other part. Full all your medicine field is fully which analysis, what if analysis. அதே மாதிரி adding a component, adding a component in a vehicle. For example, I sell cars, I manufacture and what sell car. Should I have to give option 1? What if I give petrol and CNG option? Your vehicle will run in petrol as well as what CNG option. What will be the cost? What will be the value to the customer? What will be the expected sales? What will be the cost of the company? ஒன்றும் இல்லை, 2 ஃபர்னாஸ் ஆட் பண்ணணும். ஒன்று பெட்ரோல் இன்ஜெக்ஷன், இன்னொரு CNG injection. During the time petrol goes, CNG should be cut off. During the time petrol run ஆகும்போது CNG should be cut off. Number 1. Number 2, you have to add 2 cylinders. One is for which one? Drum for storing petrol, cylinder for storing which one? CNG, and mechanism. That's all you have to add. If you look at cost wise, petrol engine only, petrol plus CNG engine for the company it will cost only 10,000 rupees extra. It will cost only 10,000 rupees extra. What if I do this? Whether the customer will be ready to pay more than 10,000? Yes, na, you do it. Otherwise, na, don't do it. Okay, number 1. Number 2, hybrid cars. Now, Mahindra has brought in hybrid cars where it will run in battery as well as what? It will run in which one? Your petrol or diesel. Where it gives you 40 kilometers per liter. It gives you how much? 40 kilometers per liter. Normal 20 kilometers. When you use this 40 kilometers per liter, simple. Back wheels will be fitted with which one? Rear wheels will be fitted with which one? The battery, motor, electric and the mari. Front wheel will be running with which one? Traditional diesel or petrol. Okay, diesel engines are banned now. Petrol and the mari. So, you recharge panna, then it will push from the back, it will push, front also it will push. You have to change the mechanism. This will be costlier than that of adding a CNG. CNG ki just over a tank or a furnace or technique is add panna over. But இதே நீங்க பெட்ரோல் பிளஸ் எலக்ட்ரிக் அந்த மாதிரி ஹைபிரிட் போனால் காஸ்ட் சைடு இட் வில் பி மோர். ஒய்? லித்தியம் பேட்டரிஸ் வில் காஸ்ட் யூ 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs or 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs அந்த மாதிரி கூட ஆகலாம். லித்தியம் பேட்டரிஸ் இட் வில் காஸ்ட் யூ அரௌண்ட் 3 lakhs. Then motor you have to fit. Then the system you have to fit. Accelerator கொடுத்தா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரண்ட் வீல் தான் பிக்கப் ஆகணும், அப்புறம் தான் பேக் வீல் பிக்கப் ஆகும். ஓகே, நீங்க எக்ஸலரேட்டர் பிரஸ் பண்ணா ஃப்ரண்ட் வீல் தான் மூவ் ஆகும், பேக் வீல் வந்து இட் வில் மூவ் ஸ்லோ. It is also what if analysis. What if I do? What will be the performance? What will be the mileage? What will be the cost? What will be the extra price I will be charging? Whether the customer will be buying this particular model versus going only with EV. Going only with what? EV. So what is the cost? What if I do only EV? What if I do hybrid cars? What if I do hybrid car like petrol and CNG options? Petrol and LPG options. So that is all these things comes under which one? Simulation analysis. Sensitivity analysis. Monte Carlo simulation. Experiments எல்லாமே அந்த பேஸ் பண்ணி. For example, இந்த flavorல பாருங்க, you can find one pillar with just 4 bigger bolts on the entire flavor stands. இது ஒரு மாடல். இன்னொரு மாடல் having 2 or 3 pillars. Okay, small size pillars ஆர் தட் கோயிங் ஃபார் ஃப்ளைஓவர் ஆர் ரயில்வே ட்ராக் அந்த மாதிரி ரெண்டுமே வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ் தான். இது பண்ண என்ன ஆகும், இது பண்ண என்ன ஆகும். ஓகே, they will work out stability, earthquake bearability, various other factors. Structural engineering le fullaவே what if analysis தான். What if analysis தான். See, what if instead of having 20 pillars, can I construct building with one pillar? சென்டர்ல ஒரே ஒரு பெரிய பில்லர், அதுல இருந்து பட்டர்ஃப்ளை மாதிரி விங்ஸ் போகும், அதுல the building or the every floor will stand in the மாதிரி. What if analysis? Okay, yes, they have done L&D pathina, their carpet office in Manapakam is a single pillar building. 16 story stands in a single pillar. அந்த மாதிரி கீழே எதுவுமே இருக்காது, ஒரே ஒரு பில்லர் மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். அது ஒரு சுற்றி வரும் பார்க்கிங்காக இருக்கும், ஒரு ட்ரீ மாதிரி இருக்கும் அந்த பில்டிங். ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ விச் அனாலிசிஸ், வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். ஓகே, வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ் இஸ் மெயின்லி யூஸ்ட் ஃபார் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்ஸ். மெயின்லி யூஸ்ட் ஃபார் விச் ஃபார் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்ஸ், எஸ்பெஷலி நியூ ட்ரக்ஸ் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணும்போது they do which analysis, what if analysis. இதை மிக்ஸ் பண்ண என்ன ஆகும், இதை ஆட் பண்ண ரெடியூஸ் பண்ண என்ன ஆகும் அந்த மாதிரி. ஓகே, ஸோ எனி இன்வென்ஷன்ஸ் கம்ஸ் த்ரூ விச் அனாலிசிஸ், வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ். ஸோ வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ் டெஃபினட்டாக இட் வில் பி ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல். இட் கேன் பி டெஸ்டட், இட் கேன் பி அப்ளைட் எக்ஸெட்ரா. ஓகே, பட் த ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் இட் கேன் பி ஆம்பிகுவஸ். இட் கேன் பி விச் ஒன் ஆம்பிகுவஸ். இது பண்ணால் நல்லா போகணும்னு சொல்லுவோம், அது பண்ணால் கேவலமாக போயிடும், நல்லா. ஓகே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், வாட் இஃப் we offer only face-to-face class. Actually, it was going good. 2 minutes. What if we offer only face-to-face class? People have suggested me, what if we offer hybrid mode of class? Students became lethargic. 6 மணிக்கு எந்திரிச்சு லைவ் ஆன்லைன் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணலாம், நல்லா வச்சுட்டு படுத்துருவாங்க, ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. Why? What if we offer with recording backup? சரி, கிளாஸ் மிஸ் பண்ணலாம் பரவாயில்ல, ரெக்கார்டிங் பார்த்துக்கலாம். பட் ஃபைனலாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த ஓவரால் ட்ராக் இருக்காது, ஆப்ஷன்லெஸ் இல்லாதனால, ஆப்ஷன் கொடுக்கறதுனால ஓவராலாக ட்ராக்ல வர மாட்டாங்க. 4 கிளாஸ் 4 வாரம் மிஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, தென் ஃபைனல் என்ன ஆகும், ஃபெயில் ஆகும். ஸோ வாட் இஃப் அனாலிசிஸ் சம்டைம்ஸ் மே ரிசல்ட் இன் விச் ஒன், I mean improper decision making and all. Okay, so actually face-to-face class only runs well, recorded class only separately runs well. The hybrid mode of classes makes people what, lethargic, make people what, lethargic. So the next batch வந்து ஒரு particular rule for across all the stream we brought in. If you come for face to face, you will not be given live online option. Live online can come to face, but not face to face to which one? Live online. Number 1. Recording will be given only for 50% view. What is 50% view? 50 classes இருக்கு, நீ சூஸ் பண்ணி 25 கிளாஸ் தான் பார்த்துக்க முடியும். அதுதான் நீ சூஸ் பண்ணி. You cannot access what? All classes. You cannot access what? All classes. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? They will not miss class. They will not miss class. அந்த மாதிரி. This is also what if analysis. This may be successful or this may be what? Failure also. This may be a failure also. அந்த மாதிரி. So sometimes, okay, variables may be interrelated or இருக்கலாம். Changing one variable may fail to take into consideration what? The other variables. For example, நம்ம ஒரு மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணி 2-வீலர் சேல் பண்றோம், சைடு ஸ்டாண்ட் கொடுக்கலாமா வேண்டாம்? நான் சொல்றேன் வேண்டாம்னு சொல்றேன். வேணா ஆப்ஷனல் ஃபிட்டிங்கா வாங்கி வச்சிருக்கேன். சென்டர் ஸ்டாண்ட் போட்டு வெஹிக்கிள் வச்சா ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு வரும். தென் சைடு ஸ்டாண்ட், சென்டர் ஸ்டாண்ட் யூஸ் பண்றது பெட்டர். சைடு ஸ்டாண்ட் கொடுக்கலாமா வேணாம்? I decide not to give. Then customer may go dissatisfied. So if you stop one variable, the other variable get what? Affected, might get affected. So it is not an optimization technique. இது வந்து ஆப்டிமைஸ் எல்லாம் பண்ணல, இதனால என்ன நடக்கும்னு ப்ரிடிக்ட் தான் பண்றோம். இதனால இந்த ஆகும்னு சொல்லி ஒரு மாதிரி அனாலிசிஸ் தான் பண்றோம். It is not an optimization. Okay, so it may be effective in designing the system. It may be good but not the best. It may be good but not what? The best. In the system may best னு சொல்லிக்க முடியாது. Through whatever is attained through which one? Simulation. For example, ஒரு பைக் இருக்கு, you are promising, ஒரு ஜெனரல் அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் பண்றாங்க, like 80 kilometers per liter, 80 kilometers per liter. I am a city rider, you are a village rider, another person is a hill rider. நான் சிமுலேஷன் பண்ணி லேப்ல டெஸ்டிங் பண்ணி, ஓகே இது வந்து இந்த சிமுலேஷன்ல போனா இவ்வளவு வரும்னு சொல்லிட்டு 80 kilometers சொல்லிட்டு, ஹில், பிளெயின், சிட்டி, will it give the same mileage? No. பட் சிமுலேஷன் இந்த மாதிரி ஒர்க் பண்ணும். அதே மாதிரி ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த ட்ரக் அட்மினிஸ்டர் பண்ணா பேஷண்ட்டுக்கு டிசீஸ் கியூர் ஆகும்னு சொல்லுவோம். அது எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகுது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் the patient is already taking 10 medicines. he is taking the 11th medicine. We know this medicine may interact with what? Other chemicals. So it may create negative effects also. நிறைய பேர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தலைவலிக்கு மெடிசன் சாப்பிடுவாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு இச்சிங் வரும். டிராக்டருக்கு மெடிசன் எடுத்துப்பாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு இச்சிங் வரும், வேற இடத்துல இச்சிங் வரும். ஓகே, வை? பிகாஸ் what is suitable for one may not be suitable for what other situations. Price increases, demand falls. That theory. Sometimes price increase as scarcity of the people can buy also. Okay, so the simulation model may not work. Okay, the results will come only when the model is used. Model is used. So the model used பண்ணலனா results definitely வராது. Sometimes it may be even misleading also. Then assumptions. Whenever you develop a theory, whenever you develop a model, whenever you administer a particular model, இது பண்ணா இது நடக்கும்னு ஒரு set of assumptions develop பண்ணுவீங்க. For example, if GST rate is reduced, more people will come in the GST bracket. More people will come in the GST bracket so that the revenue can be maintained. The government think பண்ணலாம். இது ஒரு simulation. GST is reduced. More people are not paying tax. What will happen? Number it can give you what? Poor results also. That is called as which analysis? Simulation analysis. What is the next one? Data visualization. Maybe after a small break, we will do 10 minutes of break.